Welcome to this tutorial video. The goal of this video is to show you how to set up your entity settings. Entity settings are customized for each entity according to the practice's needs. You can set up various options in the entity settings such as invoice settings, MyGC SyncFile settings, cash register settings, and much more. In this video, we will start on the diary screen. Click on the settings button to open the settings screen. Click on the Entity Settings tab and click on the Entity Settings panel. Now let's go over the various options available. Default Post Invoice Action lets you choose the default action for posting invoices for the entity. You have the following three choices to choose from. Post Only will post and save the invoice as a transaction in the system but will not be sent to the medical aid. Post and Switch will post and save the invoice as a transaction on the system and will send to the medical aid via the switch. However, you will not get an immediate response from the medical aid. Post Await Response will post and save the invoice as a transaction on the system and will send it to the medical aid via the switch and get an immediate response. With the Activate MyGC SyncFile checkbox ticked, a SyncFile with a reminder of the patient's booking will automatically be sent to the patient after the booking is saved on the diary. Tick the Stock Control checkbox in order to activate the stock module within the GoodX web, which will allow you to do stock control. Type the name of the practitioner you wish to set as the default for this entity into the Default Practitioners field. Please note that this setting can be overwritten on the User Entity and Diary settings. Click on the Default Service Center drop-down menu to select the default service center such as rooms or hospital. The service center options may vary depending on the initial setup and the needs of the practice. Please note that the default service center on the user entity settings can override this setting. Tick the Activate Dental Screens checkbox to activate dental screen and dental charts. This should only be set up on the dentist entity and not on other entities. Tick the Warn on Duplicate Data Save checkbox to prevent duplicate data from being created on the system. GoodX Web will warn you if there is an existing data with the same ID number already on the system. Tick the Use Cash Register Per User option to enable a cash register session per user on the same entity. If your practice has their own medicine dispensing process from a pharmacy, tick the Dispensing Practice checkbox. Please note that the practice is only allowed to dispense medication if they have a valid dispensing license as accredited by the South African Pharmacy Council. Tick the Use RSA ID Validation checkbox to activate the validation of ID numbers when a new data or patient is saved. For more information on how an ID number is validated, please refer to the ID number RSA glossary linked in this video's description. Click on the Enable Express Data on Booking drop-down menu, which will present various options available for you to choose from. Click on a Switch Connection Timeout field to set the timeout seconds for when a claim is being switched. Please note that when a switch times out, you will have to resubmit the claim. Tick the Send Out Patient Survey checkbox to send a survey to the patient to complete after the invoice has been posted. This is done mainly to rate their experience, services received, and so forth. Tick the Enable Payment Request option to send a payment link to the patient for them to settle and pay their account. Tick the Enable QR Codes on Statements option to enable the printing of QR codes on statements, which debtors or patient can scan to make payments, directing them to a secure payment site upon scanning. Please note that Payment Request must be activated to enable the generation of QR codes on statements. Additionally, the GoodX setup for banking details must be configured to ensure payments are directed to the correct account. Tick the Request Payment on Account Update checkbox to send out a payment request to the patient every time the account is updated. Tick the Process Payment Request Immediately checkbox to send a payment request immediately after the data or patient is billed. Tick the Notify Payment Request by SMS checkbox to send payment request via text message to the patient's cell phone number. Click on the SMS Payment Request Template field and select the desired SMS template to be utilized when sending the payment request. To learn more on setting up SMS templates, please refer to the Workflow Event Template Setup SMS Template User Manual linked in this video's description. Tick the Notify Payment Requests by Email checkbox to send payment requests via email to the patient. To learn more on setting up email templates, please refer to the Workflow Event Template Setup Email Template User Manual linked in this video's description. Click on the Email Payment Request Template field and select the desired email template to be utilized when sending the payment request. Click on the maximum number of days to display on Multi-Day View field and enter the desired number of days to display when the multi-day view option is selected. Tick the Exclude Credit Note on the Audit Statement checkbox to exclude any credit notes from the audit statement that have been done on a debtor account when it is printed, emailed, or downloaded for the debtor. Tick the Automatically Apply Patient Authorizations to Invoices checkbox to automatically add and display the authorization details on the invoice when loaded on the patient file. The clinical print header will display on all the clinical forms. The image uploaded must be 1680 by 480 pixels and must not exceed 200 kilobytes in size. The following images must be uploaded in 192 by 75 pixels in size. Logo on statement is the logo that will be displayed on statements. Entity logo is the logo that will be displayed at the top left corner of the screen. Practice stamp is an image that is added to the workflow events such as scripts, sync notes, and referral letters to authenticate the validity of the document. Activate CCA will enable you to use the Credit Control Manager for debt management in a practice. Please note that if you would like to make use of the CCA, please contact the practice's FCL to set up. Once ticked, extra options will become available, allowing you to set the time and dates for the CCA run to take place. For more information regarding Credit Control Management and the setup thereof, please refer to the Credit Control Management Automatic Credit Control Setup User Manual, linked in this video's description. Activate Sticker Timer will activate an automatic timer to send patients communication for smart stickers where workflow events were created. Please note that smart stickers and their workflow events will need to be set up first. For more information on how to add a smart sticker, please refer to Adding a Smart Sticker Protocol User Manual, linked in this video's description. Timer Daily will display the day and time of the week at which the Smart Stickers events will run. Please note that the workflow events on your Smart Sticker protocols will be triggered on all the days that you have selected. Timer Monthly refers to the day and time of the month at which the Smart Sticker events will run. Please note that the workflow events on your Smart Sticker protocols will be triggered at the day of the month that you have selected. Tick the Activate Radiology HL7 Integration checkbox to enable radiologists to use and integrate the HL7 software and machinery with GoodX Web. For more information regarding how to use the Radiology HL7 integration, please refer to both the Radiology Patient Flow, Millensys and Sectra, and the Radiology Form user manuals, linked in this video's description. Admission Diary will enable you to select the default diary. Admission Booking Types will enable you to select the booking type for the admission diary, which will be used by default when making an admission booking for the hospital. Please note that for the booking types to be selected, they will have to be set up accordingly beforehand. For more information regarding booking types, please refer to the Booking Types user manual, linked in this video's description. Check the diaries that must be disabled per user will allow you to select which users within your practice have access to which diaries. Tick the checkbox of the corresponding diary for each user if access to the diary needs to be disabled. Cash ledgers per cash register will enable you to choose which account ledgers will be used when a particular user is operating the cash register. Click on the Selected Cash Register drop-down menu if you would like to select a different cash register to utilize. Tick the desired cash ledger that you would like to link to the currently selected cash register. For more information in setting up a cash register, please refer to the Cash Register user manual, linked in this video's description. Payment types will display the specific payment types that will be used on the receipt screen to indicate the type of payment that was received. Click on the respective Enabled or Disabled button next to the specific payment type to indicate whether this method is included or excluded from the available options. To send a badge SyncVite for MyGC to all patients, click on the Send Badge SyncVite button. Once satisfied with the setup, click on the Save button.